You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live This Week, featuring news and commentary on This Week in Black Hollywood. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live This Week, Derrial Christon.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching Black Hollywood Live This Week. I am your host, Derrial Christon, and here joining me today is the beautiful Courtney Stewart.
What's up, everybody?
I like that little hairdo you got going on.
Honey,
over
it's
there.
hot. The girl couldn't put a wig on. It was too hot to be. It was too hot to stay in my bathroom long enough to actually do my hair. So I was like, I'm sweating. I was hot. I was like, Jesus.
Well, it works
I'm sorry,
for you.
I know I got a lot of head and a lot
And
of
I
face.
wish I could
but
be
that's what
wearing
it
this.
is. And I'm wearing a tent because it's comfortable. Praise the Lord.
You look good, though. I ain't mad at
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
All right, and also join us is DJ Jesse J.
What's up?
We got a great show today.
We do.
A lot of fun topics, including Straight Outta Compton announces the sequel and the cast.
Oh.
50 Cent is being sued over stealing a manuscript.
Oh, what? That's a mess.
What? Vanessa Williams returns to the Miss America pageant, and Essence magazine highlights 7 reasons why black men do not approach black women.
Now we can finally understand Derrial.
Yeah. Oh, that's messed up. Don't say that. You know, I'm gonna get those YouTube comments. That is not true.
Yeah, I mean, we have the topics already set, and all of a sudden we received a text message that was like, "I think we should insert this topic," and I was like, "You know what, D?
He was like, I want to
I'm gonna
make
serve this
everybody
topic up because I
understand.
want to see what you got to say."
Well, I'm just saying, you know.
We can't wait. The sisters out there like waiting to hear what Derrial got to
Sisters
say.
are just waiting.
Oh, right, whatever. All right, well, that's all right. We're going to read the buzzer meter question from last week, which was, who do you think is really at fault, Portia or Cynthia? We talked about them having a fight on the set of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who do you guys think is actually the person who is at fault before I read the results?
Of course, it's Portia.
Yeah, I mean,
Both
I
you
just
go
feel
Portia?
like there's way more Portia haters,
Well,
or
People
believers.
love Portia.
They believe in the beast of Portia,
A lot
that
of
she
people.
would smack a bitch.
all right.
Because she is a beast. She dragged a girl to the floor.
She did.
To the
Well,
flow.
the audience agrees with you because Portia is at 64% and Cynthia is at 36%.
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
Cynthia, self-defense.
Well,
I can't wait to see it.
either way is going to add to more ratings for the show, I'm
I'll
quite
be
sure.
watching.
Ooh. Did you see that interview with Nene? And she said that she didn't do Real Housewives of Atlanta. It had nothing to do with money. She felt like she's outgrown it. And that everyone that has been rumored to be a new housewife, honey, ain't a real housewife.
Interesting.
And take that as a fact.
But is that by her standards? She's just like saying that they are not a housewife, or that they're not.
Nope,
gonna be
she's
cast on
saying
the
they
show?
will not be holding
they
a
probably
peach.
don't have a
Miss
peach.
Amaya Scott will not be holding a peach. I'm assuming she was referencing.
Fields?
Well, I don't know about Kim, maybe, but she was
I-
saying that Sheree basically Marlo.
Well,
and I'm
I knew
assuming maybe
Sheree.
Kim won't. Now maybe Kim will be the replacement.
I assumed that Marlo and Sheree would not be housewives again. Like, I figured they would just be side chicks.
Yeah.
But Kim Fields is the one that I would presume is like the one they actually hired as a housewife. Yet Nene saying that throws some serious shade at Kim Fields.
I just seen it this morning. Wanted to throw that tidbit out there.
All right, well, that's some nice tea there. All right, we're going to move on to the buzz meter question for today, which is, are you excited to see the sequel for Straight Outta Compton?
It's too soon.
It's really soon.
I can't even answer yet, but you
We'll
kind of
find
know
out.
my answer.
Well,
but
I
you
can
guys
tell
let us
you
know
the
when we'll read
answer.
those results next week. So let's move on to the trending topics with DJ Jesse J.
Well, so let's go off that buzzer
I feel
meter
like we need to start
question.
clapping and dancing.
Well, if you want to see the secret, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know why I went to like a country. Welcome, Alabama.
We went
Are
into
we in
like some
Kentucky?
Yeah.
church. We went into church. Like,
guys were
we were worshiping.
The was just getting out.
You got bluegrass, we went gospel.
Right, we went a different direction.
I felt like, was that Bears from the Disney?
I don't know.
Oh,
The country
the
bears?
BNC Bears and the country. Well,
The Country Time Bears or something like that.
I
You know when you
can't
go to Disney, they
Oh,
have
right.
bands like Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway,
I
so
started thinking about Chuck E. Cheese.
maybe you guys have seen this. DPG for Life has been being promoted as the new sequel to Straight Outta Compton. However, it ain't associated to Straight Outta Compton. So it's Daz Dillinger, one of the original group members of the Dog Pound, posted some pictures on his Instagram. These are not the actual pictures. Of apparently a set, and there being a filming of this DPG, Dog Pound for Life, and that got out there. And I mean, I seen what's her name, who did Cocoa Puffs, Afro Puffs.
Oh, Rage.
Lady of Rage.
Lady of Rage.
She was there.
Rage. Afro Puffs. Rage.
Rock on with your mad self.
I'm glad we still remember those lyrics, though. Very proud of us right now at this
She only had
BHL
one
studio.
song.
I'm pretty
Needed
sure
one.
that's all I know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No, she had a couple other, but that's the only one I know. But so all these people were filming. Dr. Dre's son was involved. He's going to be playing a character on there. And people are just really wondering because already there's a second sequel, but this has nothing to do with it. With Straight Outta Compton, they don't have a director, and they don't have funding for it. So I don't know how they're filming on a set with no director and
It's
no
all
funding.
very confusing.
I mean, I'm not surprised that
Story
they
gets some
announced
holes.
that there would be a sequel off of the money that they're making
Of
off the
course.
film. I mean, they do that all the
in
time.
the way that they ended it, I assumed that they already had
had
a
a-
deal for
some type of deal.
another film, which is why this film
Could make sense, like the idea of where the next thing's going.
could
but
be a great film, but
it looks like the Great Value version of.
Yeah, I mean, I was really confused too because they have Dr. Dre's real son in the image saying that he might be one of the people who's cast as him for the
he
movie.
said on TMZ, he said he is.
He said he is,
Dad.
but then I was confused because I thought the rumor was that he didn't get cast for Straight Outta Compton because of his acting ability, and then doesn't make
he
sense for
didn't
me.
do O'Shea's class.
Yeah, World
Right.
Star Hip Hop is producing this. Like, it's gonna be.
All right, well.
So it's not really a sequel. It's some people that got together and decided to capitalize off of the fact that Straight Outta Compton was so successful and try to make their own film,
And hopefully we can get on.
which could be
Redbox.
great or
Could be
it could
great.
be ratchet, and we'll find out.
Well, Snoop also had a comment after the TMZ report
Oh,
came out.
he did.
He said, well, it was in reference to his own film. Because a lot of people have been asking, hey, you know, you had such a small part in Straight Outta Compton, but we could tell that they wanted to develop more for
Yeah.
your story. So he said that they are in the works of kind of
course
figuring
they
out
are.
a story for him. He said that he hasn't had time yet to really indulge and get into the nitty gritty of his story, but there will be one.
Of course, it's like the Marvel for West Coast rappers.
Right.
They have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like, and that's why I would be surprised if Cube and Universal didn't do some kind of multi-picture situation, because there's enough to pull from to go forward. Like the whole Aftermath, all of that. Death Row could be its own movie. Then after he left Death Row could be a whole movie. Snoop Dogg got an own movie. The Dog Pound could have their own movie. Like,
No, and then Universal should get into it and then do the East Coast, invite Eminem into it, 50 Cent, and like get the beefs going. Like, this could be huge.
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
be rap movies.
I mean,
galore.
listen, I love the first one. I'd go definitely see this one.
Boom.
It just has to be done right.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
Well, on that note, I want to talk about this. This is my favorite story of the week.
You sounded real country when you said that, too.
I don't know. I
Well,
bet.
on that note-
See, this show's gonna go two ways, guys, because I don't know if I'm drinking champagne or apple juice or sparkling apple
I
cider.
think you're drinking sparkling grape juice. That's what I
It's
think.
sparkling grape juice.
Well, we'll know by the end of the show. All right, so there is a judge in Illinois who dismissed this lawsuit against the Sperm Bank. Have y'all heard about this?
I did.
Hot mess. So this woman by the name of Jennifer Cramblett, she filed a lawsuit against the Sperm Bank for wrongful birth, because basically what happened is her and her same-sex partner went to the Sperm Bank, wanted to get artificially inseminated by a white male so they could have a baby that looked like them, I'm assuming. And well, something got slipped up. They ended up with a black baby. And 3 years later, she's sitting here like, wait a minute. I'm starting to realize that there are cultural differences in this, and I don't really know how to raise a black baby.
Yeah.
So she's suing the Sperm Bank. Unfortunately, the judge dismissed the lawsuit for wrongful birth because the term wrongful birth, I mean, it's referencing a legal cause of action in some common law countries in which the parents of a diseased child claim that their doctor failed to properly warn of risk or conceiving or giving birth to a child with serious genetic abnormalities. So that
Yeah,
is
and what
not
they're saying is
wrongful
that the baby actually was born healthy, so there's no wrongful
There's no
birth
wrongful
involved.
birth, which is interesting that was the choice that they made when they decided to file the lawsuit
Right.
to choose wrongful birth.
Right.
I think that's just them being ignorant to not knowing terms. I'm gonna
Your
hope. Let's
lawyer
hope.
should not be
Oh,
ignorant.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Your lawyer should be
Should
able to
definitely
advise
know the
you
insurance.
on what the proper language is for you to file a lawsuit. By the
True
way,
that, because so basically the judge dismissed the case and is telling them to refile under negligence.
Which makes sense.
Right.
That makes perfect sense.
and then
Now-
they also said a breach of warranty was the other one, right? That was
Yeah,
the,
but the sperm bank
get a
has
warranty on
already
your sperm?
filed an apology and also given them a partial refund, which I don't know how you do that. Like,
you need you need a
Cash.
full refund. First of all,
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't fault this woman because this is not what she was expecting. I mean, this
I
is-
guess she could have adopted if she was like.
She bought a product.
Right.
She was given the wrong product.
She was given
She
the-
bought some sperm.
Yeah.
She bought a white man's sperm, and she was given a black man's sperm, supposedly. And
right. At least she's gonna blame it on the sperm bank.
allegedly.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right.
Okay, because the funny part is, I'm not judging you, lady. I don't know who you are. But when I first read the article, I'm like, girl, you sure you didn't slip up right
Right.
before you got that
I don't know what
artificial
happened.
insemination? And you trying to be like, oh my goodness, y'all gave me some black sperm.
Girl, no, she don't look like she was letting no man up inside her. Cause
You'll be surprised.
I mean, I
You'd be
would.
surprised.
There's websites for that, honey.
For what?
For people, searching for random encounters when they are in a same-sex situation, but they want to have a
Yeah.
non-same-sex
Yeah.
situation, but they just want it to be like a one-time experience or whatever. There's everything on the internet.
There's
Girl, she look
everything.
like Justin Bieber.
Either way, whatever.
She looks like
Ellen.
Jeff Bieber. What are you talking about?
You said Jeff Bieber. That's horrible.
I'm
Does
joking.
actually no, she looks
Kidding.
like Jeff Foxworthy.
She does look like
She
Jeff
kinda does look
Foxworthy,
like Jeff
actually.
Foxworthy.
But
With a real black girl haircut.
why is
She
that
got
a
that
black
Ra-
girl
she got that
haircut?
Rachel-
That's
no,
not
she
a
got
black
the
girl
You know,
What
haircut.
is that?
back
I
in the
wanna
day
speak-
when the white girls used to try and get the black girl haircut from back in the day, that's what it reminds me of.
Terry, you're trying to be a funny meme and it's not working.
I'm not trying to be a funny meme.
This
I'm
is
sorry,
the hair.
I
This
don't
is the.
know
I want
what
to
black
speak
girl
to your.
haircut you're speaking
I want to
of.
speak to your manager haircut, or she work at McDonald's haircut.
Oh my God.
And
Now
Stop.
it's just going too far.
Either way, she bought a product supposedly and didn't get what she purchased.
I mean, sure. I just I don't even understand how this can even be a conversation when there's an actual child in the situation. Like,
It does kind of suck for the kid because she's gonna wake up one morning and be like, "Mom, you sued them because I'm black."
like you had an issue. Like, I could understand. Like,
Yeah, but I
immediately.
I don't fault her though.
But like, you noticed that in the child when the child came out. I mean, maybe I don't really know.
It might
how
have
Maybe
long
she
taken-
thought
it
the
might have
dad was
taken a while.
Italian. She's like, oh, he's Italian.
Or maybe the baby just had dark ears and was white when she was born. So then
Right.
as she got older, you're like, wait a second, this is a black baby.
Right.
Because some of
Yeah.
us look white. I looked
Yeah.
white when I was a baby, and I certainly ain't white.
Well, so that happened.
So that happened.
Good luck
That's
with
all.
that.
Good luck, girl. I
She's
hope-
filing again.
what I
She's
mean?
filing again.
Hopefully, refile
I think
again,
she'll win.
and you win, and you take all
She'll
that
get, like,
money
$2
and you
million.
invest it
Yeah.
into the child.
Yeah. Or invested to cultural studies because she
Sure.
said one of her arguments was that she had never been raised around black people
I
and that her
hope that's what she
family
uses it for.
had been sort of racist in their thinking with certain things. So
Which is fair, and
is
interestingly,
fair.
it's honest.
it's honest, but maybe
And-
she should put some of that money into cultural.
Hopefully, and she
studies.
will love the baby
And
and, then learn to
how
love
to deal with
other people of color.
And I'll be fair, going through a bunch of their pictures, they look like
They love
they
her.
love her.
They
and all
love
that.
the
It's
baby.
just hard to hear.
Yeah,
that conversation.
especially the wrongful birth thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was what you chose.
Well, we're gonna blame the lawyer.
We're
for
gonna
that
blame the
one.
lawyer actually.
Well, on that note, we want you guys to head on over to our sister site, AfterBuzz TV, whatever your favorite TV show is. As soon as it's done, head over to AfterBuzz TV, and we'll be over there talking about it. Me and Courtney be talking about Real
be
Housewives,
talking.
Love and Hip Hop. Me and Derrial be talking about WAGs. We just be there. So check us out at AfterBuzzTV.com.
I was sad I didn't see you on Wax this week, Derrial.
I'm sorry, I'll be back this Tuesday
Hurt
though.
my feelings.
I'm sorry, I will be back to my favorite TV show right now. All right, we're gonna move on to gossip with Courtney Stewart.
Gossip and rumors. Well, y'all,
What is
we
this
can
one?
all say amen. Because
Amen.
after
Oh, girl,
32 years, 32 years of being ostracized and called every name in the book, Miss Vanessa Williams, who was the original, the first black Miss America, has made her way back and will be the head judge on Miss America on Saturday night, guys.
This just goes to show
So,
bullshit.
for those of you guys that don't know what's up, because maybe you're under the age of 32, or even if you're under the age of 35, you may not know because you weren't old enough. But 32 years ago, Miss Vanessa Williams won Miss America. She was the first black Miss America. She reigned hard all over the country for like 10 months, going to meetings, taking pictures. It was so crazy that they had to have snipers on buildings in the South because people were so pissed off that there was a black Miss America. So she really went through it. She was getting death threats. The FBI had to be all involved, and it was nuts. But anyway, she reigned for 10 months, thought everything was kosher. And then Penthouse. For those of y'all that don't know what Penthouse is, it was supposed to be the nasty version of Playboy.
Oh my God!
And it is. Yes, it was.
It was.
Or is.
I don't know if it
still around?
still exists.
I don't know. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. My dad had plenty in the closet that I found. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And yes, I looked at plenty. And yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you see Vanessa's picture?
Later on in life, yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
And he actually had it in a plastic.
That's a collector's item.
It's a collector's item.
It's definitely worth some money.
Absolutely.
So basically what had happened is 2 years before she did Miss America, she had taken some photographs and perhaps got cold feet, whatever it was, decided it was agreed that those photos would not be released. But then after she reigned as Miss America, some shady boots person released some pictures. And a lot of people are like shocked. Like in the world that we live in now, like that would not be shady. Like it would not be
girl,
right.
you're
Like,
dumb for even
like, you
thinking.
dumb for taking a picture.
They
But
do it to
back
get a
then-
career now. What are you talking
Well, yeah,
about?
but back then it was actually like if somebody said they wouldn't release the pictures, they weren't going to release the pictures.
Right.
So it was a big deal. The pictures came out. Miss America organization was like, oh no, we cannot have any hoes on our stage or wearing our crown. You must resign.
She had to resign in 72 hours.
She had to resign in 72 hours, and obviously it was very tragic for her, but she turned lemons into lemonade, y'all, because she eventually left there and went on to become a Grammy, Emmy, and Tony nominated singer and actress, and has sold over 7 million albums and is doing fabulously well, and now returning back to Miss America. So there you go.
And she's on as a judge.
Bullshit they are.
As the lead judge.
Lead judge.
She is the head yacht in charge. So
Is Miss America the
congratulations.
Donald Trump thing?
No, that's Miss USA.
That's
right?
Miss USA.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, so now because of the whole Donald Trump thing, they need another stunt, so they pull her to be the stunt queen.
No, it's
Because it takes me like, okay, so for 30 years it wasn't acceptable, now it's acceptable. And
Well,
you
it's
have her
their
for that.
95th anniversary, so I think it just kind of like worked as like a thing to do because
No, we
nobody
shaded
watches
her.
pageants anymore.
She got the last laugh anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
in the
for-
end, yeah, she definitely got the last laugh. But you know, she's gonna be with a few judges like Danica McKellar. You don't know who she is? She was on Wonder Years. Apparently, Nick Jonas
Because
is doing some music.
Well, he does know a beautiful woman, so.
Hey,
Does he?
Nick Jonas.
You like your little Nick Jonas?
Nick is doing okay. I'm good with him. Zendaya's going to be on there. Amy Purdy's going to be judging. Kevin O'Leary, don't know who that is. And Taya Kyle also judges. So
All right.
there you go. You guys can watch it on Saturday at like 9 o'clock.
Congratulations, Vanessa.
Go Vanessa.
Go Vanessa.
Is she the most successful winner?
I would imagine. Unless, I mean, well, Kenya Moore is kind of like really amazing. But that was Miss USA, yeah. But, you know. Jesse.
I think there was. I remember seeing some others that
Boy,
were
we
up
have
there.
too long conversation.
Maybe
The
like
idea that you can't even think of who it would
Yeah.
be, like, unless it's somebody that we just don't know was Miss America, that's huge. But
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
true.
Yeah, that's right.
I
yeah.
think we would know if she was like a Miss America and then like went on to be like a superstar.
Right, and they didn't get the crown taken away like she did in Triumph.
She still worked it out.
And she actually just did an interview where she was talking about how her family was still such a strong support in her life when all this stuff happened to
Yeah.
her when she was young. And she was saying that her parents didn't even change their phone numbers. So they used to get death threats. They used to get all these things that are happening. People come up to the house. She said the parents still stayed the rock and would support her all the way. So
They did.
she said that was one of the bigger aspects that let her be able to have the confidence to transform her career after that craziness that
It's
went on.
craziness.
She's
but
so pretty.
She's still a beautiful woman.
she's gorgeous.
I mean,
she's still fabulous.
hands down. And
But she
I think
definitely
she's-
I think
looks
she looks
different.
better like now than
I
she
think
did
she does
then.
now. Yeah.
But that was like 80s makeup and
Yeah.
80s hair, so
Yeah.
it was rough. Ah well. Moving on. More gossip. So word on the street is 50 Cent done stole somebody's script, y'all. So all of you guys out there watching Power, I'm just started because I just discovered that I actually have stars, and I don't know if it's temporary, but
Oh.
I just got it too, and they gave me about 6 months free.
maybe that's what's going on. But I was like, oh, snap. So I can finally watch it. But, okay, so if you watch Power, supposedly 50 Cent, he's currently being sued because this guy named Larry Johnson, who is a writer, supposedly wrote a manuscript called Tribulation of a Ghetto Kid. And in 2005, he sent it to a woman by the name of Nikki Turner, who at the time was working for 50 Cent at G Unit Books. He says his book was eventually published elsewhere, but he believes that Nikki showed that manuscript to 50. And so now he's claiming, like, when he saw the premiere of Power in 2014 about a drug dealer who's trying to go legit, like, it's like a carbon copy of his manuscript. He said, I can't, with the details that they give us.
I mean,
like,
the details
why.
were.
It's just.
It was real tough. It's
so,
gonna be thrown out of court, I'm sure.
The primary character has a goatee.
What?
That's real. That's real, Jesse. That's real.
He said his nickname used to be Ghost, which is the title character of Power's nickname, Ghost. So, and on Power, the dude Ghost is like owns the hottest nightclub in New York.
Yeah.
In his manuscript, he owned the hottest nightclub in Atlanta.
In Atlanta,
so it's gotta
yeah.
be the same
It's gotta
thing.
be the same
It's
thing.
got to be the same.
I connected the dots on my own just now.
I mean, just from that, he got a goatee. His name is Ghost, and he owned a nightclub.
That's a $20 million.
$200 million lawsuit to make it all right, y'all.
I mean,
Larry
shit.
Johnson owed $200 million. I don't even think Power done made that kind of money. If I'm keeping it really real.
Yeah, I mean, 50 is a very much sued man. I mean, he got sued by the headphone manufacturers.
He lost that last lawsuit.
The Rick Ross baby mama, the sex tape thing. He had to pay her $5 million, right, or something like that.
Yes,
so
he did. So maybe there's some grounds, but
not saying that is equaling to that he stole this story.
Exactly. And I mean, $200 million.
I guess you got to ask for the moon, and then you get whatever you get.
$200 million.
We know 50 just filed for bankruptcy. He ain't got no cash.
Right, bankruptcy. Right.
Bankruptcy. Right. So basically, he figured out how to hide his money, so you can't get to it with your $200 million lawsuit, player.
Right.
Oh no, I'm just like, I wouldn't be surprised if 50 knows this person and this is all just a scam to keep Power in the media field.
I could see
because
that.
That's a good point.
Literally, his effing vodka is. It says girl backside, and it says no puffy juice. So he's with his vodka. He's even trying to start beef. So I just think that this is a
plant.
But let me tell you something, Mr. 50 Cent. We were very, very, very happy that you sponsored our BHL anniversary party with that effing vodka.
I'll drink effing over Ciroc.
All of us enjoyed that. Don't get it twisted.
It's definitely not Ciroc, and I'm good with that. So I'm not mad.
Not cucumber.
But, I mean, and in
Cucumber
the
was
end, can we
everything.
really be mad if he's trying to get people to watch the show, and pay attention? So
Well, people are loving it. I mean, it's
No, I'd be irritated too if people were watching Empire over Power. Shade.
Well, I mean, some people just don't have stars.
that's a real reason.
You know
Because
what I'm
if
saying?
Power was on Fox, I'd be on it too.
I'd be
Right.
interested to see what the ratings for each one would be.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, Empire's huge.
Yeah.
The Power doesn't even compare.
Well, no. If Power was on a network,
back next to
like
Oh,
that.
that,
same. Yeah, I feel you.
that would be interesting.
But that lawsuit sound like me going to try to sue Shonda Rhimes to be like, you got a black girl working that likes coats.
and cheating on with a white man.
And she had afro-like hair when she went to the beach that time. You stole my life.
Right.
You stole my life. That
Right.
makes no sense. So,
Right.
whatever. Hopefully there's more detail than that, so it's not ridiculous. but
Well, the article also said that the lawyers are even saying that they don't think it's
absurd.
going to make it to
It's
court.
absurd.
So
Darryl, actually, you might be able to sue 50 Cent because
he stole my beard.
he stole your hair.
And my hairline.
He stole your lineup.
He stole my lineup. 50, I'm coming after you. 200 million for stealing my lineup. It's messed up.
a mess.
And my shirt, actually.
He wear blue.
Because I wear checkers.
You do have that.
I do got that
You
shirt.
got that
I
shirt.
seen
You got
it.
that
I'll
shirt.
be your witness
right.
in court.
All right.
I need
well,
a cut.
good luck with suing 50. We will be interested to see how this all happens and what happens
Turns
after this
out.
and turns out, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to some more stories. But before we do that, I want to remind everyone to go to DraftKings.com because if you play fantasy football, which Courtney, we were talking about this last week, do you play a little bit? You trying to
I've
dabble
never
in
played
it?
in my life. I don't even really understand how it works, but I'm starting to think that maybe I should because I didn't realize there was that much money involved.
Lots of money. Right. There's 2 big prizes. The first prize is $2 million.
Second prize is $1
million.
But there's over $10 million worth
in prizes.
Yes.
Cash prizes.
And they said this is different from any fantasy football league because you can play whenever you want to. You can go, you can stop and go back, and you have a chance to win these major prizes. And all you have to do is go to DraftKings.com and type in the code BLACK, and you get eligible to play. And why are you holding your face?
Just. I'm black.
You're black. Yes. Well, you should be able to remember.
Easy to remember.
We all can remember the password very easily.
Shit, I'm gonna forget it.
Right. Exactly. Well, go play, get a chance to win these prizes. Because you know what, I'm gonna tell you something. If I win $2 million.
Y'all ain't gonna see me.
You ain't gonna see me.
I'm
You're gonna see me. You're gonna see my Instagram and Turk and Caicos.
I'm gonna be back on that beach with my afro.
Right.
I'm gonna sue Derrial for $150,000.
$150,000 for having a goatee. That's
stole my
similar to
mustache.
yours. Or having a bracelet that you got a bracelet.
You stole my skin color. You black.
All right, check
Give it
that
back.
out. DraftKings.com, code name BLACK. All right, we're gonna move on to the EUR Web Story Spotlight of the Week. And we will not have music today, so that is okay. All right, so this story has been in the news as well this week. Reality TV is at its ratings high with a lot of networks, and a lot of networks are trying new things with their reality TV shows. And one storyline that has hit Love and Hip Hop Hollywood has been the relationship between 2 gay males. It is between model producer Milan Christopher and rapper Miles Brock, and it's catching a lot of attention because a lot of people are now starting to write things and say, is reality TV ready to embrace the gay man relationship? I mean, we've seen gay men on other reality shows, but they weren't really the lead characters. Now, these 2 actually are having a lead portion of the show, and there's a lot of feedback back and forth from people on their responses from it. We've also seen TMZ reported from some of the cast members like Omarion and Ray J and Fizz that they were refusing to do scenes with the couple because they said they didn't really, want this couple on the show and felt like it wasn't a representation of African Americans and who we are, and they just were offended by it overall. So there's been a lot of tweets that have been going on. For example, I'll give you a couple. @FierceSwag said, "I'm so happy now hip hop can grow and have a gay couple on the show. Now this is progress. Uchi Softly tweeted."
Sorry, where you getting these sources?
I like these names, Uchi Softly. VH1 is about to lose ratings with the soft porn storyline for the gay characters. What do you guys think about this storyline, and do you think that it is making things better, or is it going to be something that you just think TV is not ready for it yet?
I mean, okay, I think TV is ready for it. I think we've seen certain slips of it on TV. I think with this situation, though, I don't know if it helps better because there's so many gossip and so many rumors swirling this couple that they're faking it, that the reason some of the guys didn't want to film with them is because one of them is a celebrity escort and like some things like that. There's those kind of conversations. Watching it didn't come off really authentic. It just looks forced. It's like you're telling me that you're a DL man, but you're on national television outing the situation. Now, then I know the backfire to that could be, well, I felt like it was my time to have this discussion. Well, that's fine, but the scenes you're acting out, you're literally acting.
Right.
That's just how I'm taking it. So now we're not getting a real portrayal of a DL relationship or even an actual just gay relationship. I mean, what it seems like is Milan is gay and Miles is supposedly DL.
Right.
I don't know. I was just like, okay. But I think we're ready for it. I think this show is going to probably not allow people to take it seriously, though. On a different platform, I think so, but I don't think a lot of people come off of Love and Hip Hop and are looked at seriously.
Okay. Courtney, do you think it's educating, or do you think
I'm sorry, you just asked me if I think Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is educating.
Yeah, you like that? That was on purpose.
Absolutely not.
I know you think this is an educational show for everyone to be aware and to embrace LGBT.
I feel like we should just not even have the conversation because it's Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Nothing about it is real, honest, authentic, or positive in all reality. It's literally, to me, trash entertainment. that gives a platform for people that want to get their names back out there and on people's lips because people talk about it, because it is ratchet and it is crazy. So from a business perspective, I understand why people
totally
do
makes
it,
sense.
like Omarion and, you know, whatever. Like, you have to keep yourself in the spotlight in this business some kind of way, and in that regard, that's a way for you to do it, so you do it. As far as educating us on a positive or on a real life, I don't want to say positive because I'm not trying to put a value judgment on it, but on a gay relationship, please, no. I'm not looking at Love and Hip Hop to do that ever.
Yeah, I mean, if it was on a different show, I would maybe have a different perspective of it. I mean, because they've talked about how Miss Lawrence, for example, who was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the prancing elites that you've interviewed as well, how some of those shows, they still have not made. Well, prancing elites is a little different, but like Miss Lawrence is not a main character. They say she's like
because she's
the
not a
gay
housewife.
BFF. Right, I know
He's
that.
not a housewife.
He is not a housewife.
And he's not transgender to be calling him or her.
Right. Well, that's fine. But
Well, he calls himself
he does call
her,
himself her, by the way.
So he can
Yeah.
decide.
He can decide.
what
Yes.
he is, apparently.
But they're saying that this could be more major
what he
because of
was
the
calling
fact
it? I didn't know
that
he
these are
was-
two lead characters
Gender
on
non-conformed.
a reality show.
I mean,
So that's what they're saying. That's how it's changing.
Okay, sure.
Wait, what?
Is that new? Great. But I mean, you can't be a lead character on Love and Hip Hop. There's like a cast
First
of
of all, they're not
1,700
lead
people.
characters on Love and Hip Hop. They ain't holding no diamonds, peaches, or whatever they hold on. They're not main
even.
characters.
Are they in the opening?
No, they're not in the opening.
I feel like all the girls are the only ones in the opening.
No, on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, it's Omarion, Soulja Boy. But the thing is like, this is what irritated me. Stop throwing stones. So here he goes, I'm like, no one wants to film with me because I'm gay. No, they don't want to film with you because you're not credible. Like, your bio says that you've worked with Beyonce and Kanye West.
Which
and all
one
this.
is this? Who you're talking about?
Milan.
Milan, okay.
But like, I don't see those videos. I really tried to look to find them, but I can't. And you don't have a real website and an IMDb and credentials. So for someone like Soulja Boy, who doesn't have that much success right now, but felt like he put a lot of work in this industry to look at this new kid and, now I'm just going to do a scene with you because you're gay and that's your storyline. I'm supposed to do a track with you. Like, first of all, I've seen your music. The saying from him, his standpoint, he's looking at your music like, maybe it's not his type of music. I've heard his music. I like one song that's actually pretty dope. The rest of it's kind of eh. So to take it and turn it into, they don't want to do this because I'm gay, and now you're slandering these men because of that. Like, to me, that irks me.
It's PR.
Because Omarion has boldly said, like, that's cool. I understand why they're putting him on the show. I didn't hear anything Omarion say anything negative about it. So that irritates me with the whole situation for him to be coming in and that. But I get it. I kind of wish that there was a transgendered on the show versus the gay couple, because I think that would have been interesting to get, like, her messing with a rapper and understanding that conversation.
Yeah.
And that, to me, would have came off more authentic than Hazley was talking to this kid, and then all of a sudden, like, they're with this delusional girl who thinks she's the hottest hip-hop rapper in
Which
the
is
world.
also to make, like, and then they put her, but she put herself, because she obviously knows what's going on, because he's obviously not in the closet anymore because he's filming the shows.
Right.
So it just, of all the things that they could have done, like,
and you've been friends with that man for 13 years and you ain't catching no tea?
Yeah, it's just, I don't buy it.
That's
in
true.
the end, that's the problem. We don't buy it. It's just junk TV.
Junk TV. Well, we'll see how the ratings continue to
Oh, the
go
ratings
because it started
continue.
September 7th.
I don't
so.
know.
Well,
Honestly,
Hollywood has never
Yeah.
been the one.
It's Atlanta.
It's Atlanta, just like with Housewives. But I feel like, but also because I feel like Hollywood from the beginning was contrived.
Yeah.
From
But it
the
also
first
has the
season.
most real, like, actual, like, people I would
in the
consider for Love and
business
Hip Hop.
still. But
I mean, now it's, I don't know. Now taking those two guys and putting them on there, that discredits it from having Tia Marie Omarion and whatever. Having, Hazley, whatever, fine, because she's friends with Tia, and then there's going to be these two other, a producer and something else. But I think going off of that, it's like, they just keep throwing. It's like I say about Housewives. You keep throwing things in there, and it's like, now what's the show about?
Right.
Like, I'm confused.
There's kind of a lot of things going on.
It's like an Elmo.
Blah. Well, some women may be saying blah after I read this this next piece of information that was published in Essence.com. You need to stop saying that. We're about to fight right now on air. All right, so Essence.com published a story about 7 reasons why single black men do not approach black women. I'm going to read them, and then I will let Courtney comment as much as she wants, as she's giving us the cross-eye right now. No, because you are ready for this. You've been gearing up for this.
I haven't been gearing up for anything.
You've been gearing up for this. All right, here's the 7 reasons. Number 1, black women don't seem as fun as women of other races. Please leave your comments to the end of the 7, please, Courtney. Number 2, black women look like they can't be bothered.
Because you're getting on my nerves.
Number 3, black women don't offer enough support to their men.
Because your ass need to get a job.
Number 4, black women are more inhibited sexually.
Because you're nasty.
Number 5, black women want what they want when they want it.
Who the fuck doesn't? Like.
Number 6, black women friendliness is often misunderstood.
Because I don't like you.
And number 7, black women put more pressure on relationship progression and marriage than other races.
Because I'm not your hoe.
Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and rewind that and remix it a little bit and find out how you truly feel about this, Courtney.
I mean, I read that. I was fine with it. No, I'm not super friendly. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I don't want to be approached, I don't want to be approached. Like, okay, sorry. Like, you're not strong enough to, like, man up. If you think I'm hot and roll over anyway and say hello, then you don't need to date me because you're not cool enough. You ain't strong enough. You obviously ain't smart enough. So go to hell. Like, I don't.
And in that order.
And in that order. Whatever. I'm not offended. I think it's amusing, actually.
I mean, okay, here's the thing.
The only thing that offends me is that the black girls aren't fun. I'm totally fun.
You
I'm
are
so
a lot
much
of fun.
fun.
You actually are a lot of fun.
I'm so much fun.
You are a lot of
so
fun.
it's just rude.
What?
I think it's a cop-out.
That is a really rude, like...
It's kind of a cop-out. Like, I give it...
Black girls aren't fun. Like, who says that?
Well, I know it, like, went through, like, a description of, like, what
I know
they
some
mean
boring-ass
by
white
it.
girls.
Yeah.
I know what they mean by it, but, like, there's all kind of, like...
I know a lot of fun black girls.
Racist undertone on both sides, because I know the racistness of a black girl towards the other girls, that I would be like, yeah, you saying I'm not fun because some stuff that I wouldn't say on air because it's racist, and I know it towards the white folks. So, I get it, and I understand, and I don't think it's, like, empty or ridiculous. I think that there are legitimately a large number of men that probably feel this way.
Well, they took a huge pool of men.
They took a huge pool of men. I'm sure there's lots of men that feel that way, but in the end, it goes down to that whole, like, thing about black women have lived in this country and been shat on since the fucking beginning of the country, and so we exist in a space of strength most of the time, and that comes across as bitchy, it comes across as not fun, it comes across as blah 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 blah. Because if we're open and friendly and trying to go after guys, you're a gold digger, you're a hoe.
That's what the article
you
said,
are, closed off and, like, just trying to be about what's your business, and you don't need a man, and you too, emasculating and all this other shit. So whatever, you need to just be a strong ass man. Come correct, and the right woman is going to be like, cool. Like, the rest of that is nonsense. Like, move on.
So you don't have a problem with them when the black man goes to another race, then?
Hell no.
If he feels some of these things are taking
I have
place.
no confusion about who needs to deal with me, and I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for, like, the majority of black women in the world. I know there's lots of black women that still have problems when they see a black dude with a white girl. I don't care personally, because I'm just not that person. I think that it's sad when a black man is like, I only date white girls.
Yeah. Well, that's a bigger issue.
Because to me, that's weird.
That's
and
a big
something's
issue.
wrong with you.
And I actually know
but
some cats who are like that.
I know lots of people who are like that. So I get when that's a problem. But, like, in life in general, like, I mean, I'm not the friendliest face. Like, and if you look scared to approach me, then we can't be friends anyway, because you a punk. And I can't deal with you anyway.
Okay, well, let me comment on this, because I have some friends. I have a friend in particular, actually. We just had this conversation. We were talking about this, because I thought this was interesting. This is one of the story I wanted to bring today, because yes, I wanted to bring this story because you you're funny.
Derrial likes black girls. All you black girls out there listening, I just mess
Don't
with
leave
him.
any comments about
No,
him
please
liking
leave
snow
comments.
bunnies.
I think it's messed. I think it's messed up because
light skin.
But
that's not his fault.
that is not
Joking.
true.
I'm completely
That is
kidding.
not true.
I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding.
I like
What was
all
the
black
reference
women.
you were gonna-
Well, what I was going to
Yes.
say is that I had a friend. Right, so
Keep it
you're trying to
intelligent.
keep it intelligent. Right, keep it intelligent. I was going to use a reference of a friend of mine. We were having this conversation about this, and he does only date white women. And I asked him, I said, why do you only date white women? He said, when I was growing up, I always got played by black girls. They never wanted to check for me. He said, when I got successful, then it's like all of a sudden, black women were after me. And he said, but white women, and not just white women, he dates Mexican women as well. He said, or other races, I think he dates Asians too. So
Just Mexicans, so if they were Puerto Rican?
No, but he does have trust me, he has preferences, believe me. But he said that they always were in his corner even when he didn't have anything, and then all of a sudden he felt like, okay, now black women are in my corner now because I'm making bank.
I mean, give a sister a break. Maybe it's because all the white women and Mexican women that he was around came from something, like, and they didn't need anything from anybody. Like, maybe the black women he happened to be dealing with, like, needed to move up in life and want somebody that's willing to do that because they feel like who they've dealt with in the past is only trying to be on one level, and they see somebody trying to grow, so finally they with it. Like, that whole, like, oh, you wasn't with me when I was nothing, then you can't be with me when I'm something. I mean,
to put that on a whole race of
it's
people.
just ridiculous.
Right.
Like, it's the people that you met.
But if you met scarred, you know what I mean?
No, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
But,
we all have our thing that we're scarred about, and then we have that
but
opinion
when are you
about
scarred?
it.
How old are you? Are you 65 and you finally have it? Like, were you scarred because you were a teenager and the teenage girls weren't into you because you didn't have a car yet? Like, that's stupid. Like, that doesn't make any logical sense. Like,
I mean, I hear you.
So I just feel like, I mean, like I said, that's why I feel like in the end,
So
I
basically,
believe
you're
it's
saying
honest,
black
but it seems
girls
like
are
a
gold
cop-out.
diggers. Out of that
Exactly.
sentence, you're referring to them as more gold diggers. Where I could show you many cases of some white females. And
Absolutely,
which is a show that we
I know
watch.
some too. Right, watch Wags on Tuesday.
But see, that's where the conversation ends up going, because somehow it becomes acceptable for white women to do it. But if black women are like, no, I'm only going to be with a man that has something and is trying to do something, like, because I actually am
Black women
trying
definitely
to
get
be
the
a
bad
gold
rap.
digger, and black women get that
Thirsty.
label much quicker than white women do. Or I don't want to just say
No,
white
it's
women,
true.
but generally
all
it's white
other
women.
races
Whatever.
of women, right?
Actually, yeah, because Asians never get labeled.
No, and
they're
we know
very
there's some-
particular about, like, oh, he don't got
and it's totally fine for people that have come from other races and other families that, like, there's, like, I mean, Persian people, they're not they're not telling their daughters to marry the
Armenians
broke dude on the street, and that's
Right.
perfectly acceptable. But somehow the idea that a black woman wants to elevate is something horrible and like, oh, you ain't shit. But that's because the culture looks at us like we ain't shit, and the idea that we think we deserve anything bigger than shit is, like, ridiculous, which is bullshit, because women have done it for centuries. It's how women have survived before they could even work and own property and all of that shit. So why is the rule different for a black girl? That's why.
I mean, I
it ends up
definitely think
being
that black
bullshit.
women get a bad rap on it, and I think some of these are just real general too. I was surprised that Essence actually put this out. I was actually surprised that a lot
Did
of.
you read the caveat that they left at the bottom? Like, this is just some people, and we just wanted
Right,
to, like, share
we're just
it.
sharing this information, right?
Well, yeah,
And
not cosmopolitan.
No,
so
but I mean, I will say this. You know, in 2015, I am surprised that so many brothers are still saying these same things. But I don't know if it's
Why?
because they have more options now. You know, is that maybe
They've
what
always
it is?
had options.
Yeah, but the options are greater and bigger now
How?
because they're okay. If we want to take it back to like slavery days, it
Well,
was
I mean,
all, you know,
obviously, when
Black
you were
people-
slave-
no. You guys didn't let me finish. What I'm saying is like, no, I'm not taking
way to
that. I'm not
take it
talking
real
about. I'm
dramatic
not taking the
there.
options to slavery.
All the way back.
You not let me
You
finish
was
my
picking
statement.
cotton.
Listen,
You couldn't
you
pay
guys just take a
master's
statement and
daughter.
run with
That's
it.
nasty.
You're not letting me finish the
They
statement.
were-
I'm going to take it back to slavery days in the sense of the black man was still he was the slave, and he was kind of mind tricked into, you know, the white woman sort of wanted the black man kind of concept, and then he couldn't be with the white woman, and then it, like, through time and history, things just kind of opened up as racism has changed slightly.
So it's almost like a fetish thing in a way that when a black
I think
man
that a
is
lot
with
of this
white
started
woman-
off.
Well, a lot of it,
a lot of it is fetish, absolutely.
Some people say
Yeah.
it's the concept of forbidden fruit. That
That's
it
what
was
I'm
forbidden
saying.
fruit for
It was
so
forbidden- you
long
couldn't
that
have
now
it.
that they could have anything
then
they want,
then you go
went-
crazy.
yeah.
You're right. That's my point.
Some
If
people
you guys let me
subscribe to
finish
that.
it, that was my point.
I mean,
But
you
in a
just
day
went
and age
real
where you're
deep.
born-
But I had to take it from the
Yeah,
beginning. You know, I
was
took
talking
it
about
back.
cotton and shit, and
You guys brought up
like,
cotton.
y'all
I
in the
didn't bring
sugar
up
cane
cotton.
fields and beating each other, and like we didn't talk
I
about that.
didn't, I didn't say nothing about cotton. Damn it. Yeah, boy, I tell you, it's a toe crowd in this room.
Oh well, what are you gonna do? I mean, in the end,
In the end, you know,
is what it
love who
is.
you love, because at the end of the day, it's hard enough to find somebody who
well, at
loves
this
you.
point, they're not
So-
even trying to love nobody. They get scared to approach you.
Yeah.
If you were scared to
Right.
approach, then you don't deserve me.
Yeah, honestly, like if you're scared to 7 reasons why black men are scared to approach a black female.
Or is it scared? They didn't use
Well,
scared.
it's why it says 7 reasons why single black men don't approach
they
black women.
don't.
Why they don't approach.
Okay, and I will, just for the sake of giving a little bit of both sides, I will say that, yes, a lot of us black girls can be a little bit serious. We can be a little bit like resting bitch face. But It's not that deep. It's sort of like the French. The French don't be smiling at everything that walk by and trying to hang out and meet everything that walk by. And consider this. Some of us grew up with black men hollering at us out of cars and hollering at us out of buses, talking about, hey girl, what's up? So our resting bitch face is because we don't want to deal with that nonsense.
But I feel you, but on the flip side, then you can't be mad at a man who's had, like I said, my friend who's had a situation where why he doesn't date black women. It's no different.
I wasn't mad at
she
you.
didn't-
With your
she didn't
friend,
say-
he made that the determination for the rest of his life.
She just has a bitch face on. You can get past the bitch face.
A bitch face is not me telling you don't come by. It's don't bring no bullshit this way. And it is also a protective mechanism because we're still female. And when men approach you and men are negative towards you when they're approaching you, you gotta be able to guard yourself because men obviously can generally be the aggressors in situations.
Absolutely.
And you have a certain
Absolutely.
level of fear.
Sure.
I've been followed to my car with a fool yelling at me, talking about, bitch, you can't talk to me.
Right,
I'm
right.
too good for you.
Right.
Like, that nonsense has happened multiple times. So when I look like I'm about not about the nonsense, it's because of that.
Right.
I'm trying to protect myself. I'm at risk when I go out in a way that men are not. So get your dick up and go approach whoever the hell you want. Stop being worried about what she looked like in that moment. Maybe she had a bad day. Maybe she didn't get her Kool-Aid that morning.
Why gotta be Kool-Aid?
Because I don't drink coffee and I was trying to think of the next thing. Kool-Aid came out first. Sorry, I don't drink Kool-Aid. I actually make really bad Kool-Aid too.
Really?
Yeah, I can't make Kool-Aid.
Well, this is a great debate. We would like to hear what you guys have to say too. I'm sure you're gonna have many comments
good fresh
on our
grapefruit
YouTube,
juice, though.
iTunes,
Yeah.
and
I tried grapefruit
So
juice.
good
What?
for you though.
what, grapefruit juice?
Yeah, I love it.
Can you put the camera on Derrial's cam? So I can go like this.
Yeah, we got
And
way
yes,
too. We got way too much time.
Guess
on
it
that.
wasn't grape juice.
Guess it wasn't grape juice. Cheers.
in closing, for all of you ladies out there watching us at this week, Derrial Christon likes black girls.
Actually, I love black women.
He loves
Don't just
black
like,
women.
love.
We ain't seen no evidence of that yet, but he says he loves black women.
That's actually offensive to my girlfriend. See,
I ain't never seen
I've
your
seen
girlfriend.
Derrial's girlfriend.
I ain't
She
seen her.
is black. I can attest to that.
He can attest to that. I cannot. I've not seen his girlfriend, but
and see, wait, it
thumbs
should be
up.
on there
Two
number
thumbs up.
8. Don't be judging shit. All right.
because all of y'all be like, we can't look at you the same anymore, Derrial. You're a different person than we
Right,
thought.
right. Well, don't look at me then. There will be plenty of other black
Don't
women
look
who
at
do.
me. Girl will
BHL's
cut you
only
anyway.
smashing down white girls.
Exactly. That's going to be in the news, the new TMZ. All right, we're going to wrap this story up.
was
Please
ridiculous.
remember to also vote again for the Buzz Me Your Question. Are you excited for the Straight Outta Compton sequel? I want to remind everyone also to
Do
go.
you like black girls?
Yes, we should have made that the
That
question.
should have been
That
it.
should have been the question.
Yeah.
And also, I want to remind everyone to also go to iTunes, look up Black Hollywood Live, give us a rating and comment. You've been doing great on YouTube as well.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
I love the comments.
And I
They're
love the
amazing.
comment back nowadays because I have to defend my blackness apparently, and me dating
Not
black
your
women.
blackness. I mean, sometimes you just have really ratchet opinions. So
Well,
people
don't
be
we all?
calling you out on it.
Don't we all? Don't we all? All right, Jesse, where can fans find you?
Right now, you can hit me up on Twitter at DJ Jesse J, and I'll respond to you right now.
Courtney, where can fans
I'm
find
on
you?
Twitter and Instagram at Stuart Starlet.
And you can find me at Derrial Christon on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can find Jesse and I on WAGS Tuesday night, having somewhat of a similar conversation with some of the things we talked about today.
all the gold-digging
About
white
the
girls.
gold-digging white girls and races and all that kind of fun stuff. All right, everybody. And also, I don't want to take this lightly, but today is 9/11, and I want to offer my condolences to the families and people that lost people during this hard time in New York City. We definitely are a huge supporter of anything that will help this cause and not have this tragedy happen again. So
Love them, y'all.
love them, y'all.
Say I
and
love you.
Say I love you to your family
'Cause you
members.
never
and
know.
You never know. And have a great weekend.
Bye.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Derrial Christon, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.